DC here. Hi, guys and gals. Well, it is Tuesday, so maybe I should call it Tag Tuesday, because this week tags, the two tags that I usually do, will be done on Tuesday and not on Monday. So I just finished Jasmine's tag, and now moving on to Dave Nicholson's 7-question, last Saturday's 7-question tag. Hello there, Dave, and hope that you're doing well this week. At least better than the way things have been going in the last period. Okay, so let's get into this. Question 1. What do you owe yourself? Oh, that's a good question. Got vlogger's itch today. I think you owe yourself, well, actually quite a bit. You owe yourself to be, in a way, the best person that you were created to be. And that's something that I was just going to say that usually fail, or very often fail, but we're talking about what would you owe yourself. I think you owe yourself to love yourself. You owe yourself to, like I say, to really live up to what you are meant to be. And does that mean that you can go against the world as it comes against you? No, probably not. But it's an internal thing up to a point. And yes, I know some people will have medical issues, be it in their body or in their spirit, that makes this very difficult. And I know quite a few that go through that. But you do owe it to yourself to at least to love who you are and who you can be and who you can become. Yeah. Okay, that's question 1. Question 2. Oh goodness, what is this? What would your priceless Mastercard-style commercial be? I'm not quite certain what a Mastercard-style commercial is. Is this some North American thing? Because I haven't lived in North America for getting on close to half a century now, so I'm not quite certain. And since I don't watch or very little television, my Mastercard Solutions advert: live fun, use us, pay later. I doubt it'll be something like that. I don't know. I frankly don't really know what to do with this question, because I guess it's something that if you're North American, you'd understand better than somebody that lives over here. Okay, question 3. What is the last dream that you remember? Let me see. I know many people say they don't remember their dreams. That's interesting, but that would be another topic, I guess. But the last one that I remember, geez, it's dreams that are very recurrent, and I mean I know why. There are things that are related to leaving my work position, because I was not satisfied in the way that the projects had been stopped. That's my employer, actually, not where I was working in Ireland. They were fantastic. And as an employer or whatever over there, I would run to them. But my employer basically canceled a lot of the projects, all of the projects, around the COVID period. And so I have all this unfinished work. And I'm always, this dream, that's the recurrent dream, is that I am finishing my time at a workplace. Sometimes it's the labs, sometimes it's an office, but it's at the workplaces. And usually, as I'm getting ready to go, I notice that there's a room or something, or a desk or something, that I forgot to empty. And then there's all these things that still have to be done at the last minute, and that I don't know how I'm going to do it. Yeah. So that's a rather tiring dream. Happily, that's not the dream that I dream every day, yes, but it happens quite frequently, yeah. Uh, question. Let me see. Question 4. Why do you matter? You know what? I answered that basically in question 1. You matter because you're made in the image of God. You've been created with love, and you matter because you matter to yourself, and you matter to more people than you think. Yeah, let's answer it with that. Yeah. Question 5. How have you changed in the last 5 years? Well, I'm coming up to 4 years of retirement. That's pretty much it. And then there was the last year of work. So how have I changed? I've become a retired person with completely different habits and goals to what I was 5 years ago. 5 years ago, let me see, that would have been, well, basically, wasn't it, in the beginning of the COVID period, wasn't it? COVID was 2020? Yeah, about that, yeah. And so that would have been, oh goodness, no, we're in 2026, aren't we now? So, yeah, so I was right in COVID. Oh, sheesh. So how have I changed? Well, like I say, became retired and changed the way that I do things. My goal now, my workplace now is my Spanish classes. Learning to hopefully one day master the language. I understand it and things like that. I can watch videos, I can watch television shows, or whatever, YouTube, and things like that. So that's changed. What's changed a lot is the family relations. I'm home all the time compared to a lot less before. What has changed also is being a granddad, being a dad, being a husband. It was before, but like now I'm almost going to say full time in a way, because the grandkids are growing, and so the relationships have changed. Starting to have actual personal relationships with the grandkids, instead of just being, granddad that holds them puts them on his knees and things like that. So yeah, a lot of things like that have changed in the last 5 years. Well, I guess that's about as much as I'm going to say on that. Question 6. What are you sure of in your life? I'm going to die and go to heaven? Let me see. That is a certainty. What am I sure of in my life? That I'm loved and that I love. Okay. We'll leave it at that. There's so many of these philosophical questions that come up, and they're pretty close actually in a way. Question 7. What do you think of home? That's home, like in inverted commas. And specifically, what do you think of home? What specifically do you think of? Well, 2 things, I'd say. Home now. 3 things, actually. Home now. Homecoming and home pass. Home now basically is here, where we live, the house, the family, the kids, the grandkids, the times around the table, the laughing, the swings, the jokes, basically I was going to say, around the table, taking a drink and having... Now, we don't rediscover the world, we just kind of talk about things, a lot of things, and family, yeah. Question, I said home pass. Home pass is eastern townships in Canada. Well, my hometown was Sutton, Quebec, where I was brought up. Home, when I think of home, it's things like that. I'm on a Facebook group called the Eastern Townships, goodness, I should remember the name. but it's basically pictures of the region, of the past, and so on. When I think of home, I think of, where I lived in my grade school up to high school. That's home, yeah. My parents moved after that. That never was home, yeah. And home in the future, you guessed it. Wherever heaven is and however heaven is, okay? Don't ask me to get into specifics. I can't give them, or not much of them. Okay. And is that the last question? Yeah, it is actually. Okay, so that'll be it. Thank you, Dave. VC signing off. Take care, everybody, and hope that you have a good week.